Hey everyone! I'm gonna be honest, these designs are kind of boring. I don't know if it's because my art style is so simple that I just don't make complicated designs or what, but I don't know what to do with these characters. I'm turning Dragonslayer characters into dragons, because they're all people, and I don't know, the final result is just so uninteresting to look at. Leaf looks like a pumpkin for some reason. Wren is just sort of there. There's nothing really to Wren's design. And then Ivy is probably the most interesting, but it's only because there's yellow on it and she's got an accessory. But I don't know, when reading Dragonslayer, I was kind of bored the whole time. I know it's like, I don't really care anymore that humans are in Wings of Fire, but at first I was like very uninterested and sort of like disappointed with the idea, because one thing I loved about Wings of Fire is that humans were just like a random rat that showed up every once in a while. They weren't like important to the plot, and then suddenly they were important to the plot, and it was giving How to Train Your Dragon vibes. I know they're two completely different stories and they take two completely different angles, but I liked How to Train Your Dragons because it was like, oh, pet dragons, and then I liked Wings of Fire because it was in the point of view of dragons and had nothing to do with people. It was cool. And then Dragonslayer, I was bored reading it, and so I don't really care about these characters. Leaf is boring, Ivy's just Moonwatcher but a human, and then Wren is just angry. The only thing I cared about in Dragonslayer was Sky. Sky is my baby. I love him so much. I hate the original human design I did for him. It's ugly, probably my least favorite design I came up with. So I'm glad I redid it. I wanted to make him look sort of mismatched. So he's got like two different shoes on. And I wanted to give a homage to him liking snails. So I gave him a little swirly pattern. And I swirled his hair. I wanted him to look similar to Peril, but I also wanted him to contrast so they don't look like they're related, because I wanted to make him the exact opposite. She's tall and buff and has a lot of sharp edges, and then he's like short and round and bright colors, and he's so full of joy. So I think he is the only thing I like out of this drawing. The rest of it, it's okay. It's mediocre. I was so lost on what to do with their designs. I've been working on it for 2 weeks, coming back and staring at it, trying to get something to spark in my brain. But there's just nothing that stands out with each character other than their backstories. But even then, there's not much you can do from that because, I don't know. I'm not good at designing dragons, I guess, especially if they're supposed to be based off of something, and something I don't care too much about. So yeah, there's not much to this one. The background's okay. It's just meh. The whole thing's just meh, other than Sky. He's a little cute little baby. I wish I did more. Maybe one day I'll try again, but at this point, I just want to move on from this because I am so lost and I'm just done. I had to force myself to finish this because I wanted to get all the books done before I got moved on to sections of characters that don't have their own arc. I do love Luna's book and what they did with Cottonmouth. I thought it was really cool in how it explained the scorching, although I did also like it just being up to interpretation. Although I was spot on with the evolution thing. I had a theory back in my old Wings of Fire wiki days that it was evolution and the tribes didn't originally look like that. They all looked different back in the day, and I was right, and I felt so awesome that I got that right. I feel half and half about the scorching thing. I liked it being up to interpretation, just like the Great Ice Dragon, but I also liked getting to know what it was about. That was cool. So I like what they did with that. And I do like Cottonmouth and what he was doing. It was cool. It was kind of sort of basic, but the way it was handled was cool and creative. I really like the last book. I don't know why so many people don't like it. I thought it was great. I like Darkstalker Legends and then that book. The Last Hope is amazing. It was well written and I love Freedom. Anyway, I hope the next video is a bit more interesting. This one kind of just me whining for 2 minutes, because this only took me an hour to draw in total and a week's worth of staring. So yeah, I'm gonna do something more interesting next time. I'm definitely gonna do like villains because we all love villains. They're so cool and they'll be much more exciting to design than these three. If you guys have any ideas for like changes or what I could add to them to make them more interesting, I might redo this video in the future. But you know, if you have any ideas, please throw them my way. My head is so empty when I think about them. Nothing comes to me. Anyway, bye.